Hello, and this afternoon we have a guest with us, Naomi Felton. She's a professional actor, and we have some questions for her about the professional industry. You started out in amateur dramatics. Apart from being paid, what other differences are there between the Amdram world and the professional industry?
Well, obviously, when you're in the professional industry, then you usually have a budget. The theatre has a budget. So obviously, there is a person who is employed to do every single job that you need. Your hair, your makeup, the set, the costumes, everything that you otherwise have to take responsibility for yourself in amateur theatre. Obviously, the actors are trained, as is your director, so it can challenge you, it tends to challenge you more because you've got a director who's trained and is employed to push you and to get the best they can from you. Not that in amateur theatre then the directors aren't as good, it's a different thing. One of the things that I think is a shame about amateur theatre is that you usually get a much shorter run. Obviously, when you're doing a show in a theatre, then you get a few weeks rehearsal time. And then usually you get a minimum of a 3-week run, and then quite often you might have a tour. And so you really get to hone and develop your performance, and you get your opening night and previews and press night before you then head on, whereas usually with amateur theatre, if you only get a few nights, just as you feel like you're starting to get into it and really develop that character and the work that you've been doing, then you have to finish, which is a real shame.
You've spent many years refining your skills. What drives you as an actor?
I suppose it's a bit of a cliche, really. What everybody says. I started to enjoy acting when I was very young. I started at school, and then I joined youth theatres and amateur dramatic societies, and just really loved it. And I woke up and I wanted to spend every single day doing that, all day, every day. And then I was lucky enough to get into drama school, so for 3 years I did. But yeah, I think it's just that it doesn't matter whether you're doing amateur work or a professional performance, you still get that adrenaline, you still get that same feeling before you're about to go on the stage, you still get the same nerves, and you get that elation when you come off, whether it's gone well or not. But yeah, you absolutely, it's just that sheer thrill of feeling really at home on that stage and just loving being there.
From outside the industry, you can hear a lot of negative comments about this profession, such as more actors out of work than in, it's all about looks and not talent, and the industry can be savagely competitive. The negative aspects are sometimes focused on. So how true are they? And if so, how do you keep yourself feeling positive and dedicated towards your career?
I think, unfortunately, quite a lot of that is true. It is really highly competitive, which I think most people know. It's really difficult. It's tough, and I think there's no point in denying that. I know when you leave drama school and everybody says, well, it's going to be tough, and you think, yeah, I know. Well, you never really know until you live it, until you're there. It's the same with anything, really. Yes, I think that I went to drama school, and you had the expectation that you are going to come out and you are going to act, and you're going to be in play after play after play. And you come out, and unless you're very lucky, then I think the reality is often different than that. I think I am a professional actor in that I've trained and I've done paid work. However, I spend a lot of the year out of work. And I think the key is finding something outside of that which keeps you happy. And also, you need to still enjoy it when you do go for those auditions. If you don't get many auditions a year, when you turn up, you don't want to be so nervous and think, I'm not enjoying this, I don't even want to go, because then you need to stop. You need to still go along and still enjoying it. And as long as you're still happy and you're still enjoying it, then you're still doing the right thing. You just have to keep going and keep reminding yourself of what it feels like when you are performing, and the training that you've done.
Finally, an open question. Do you have any advice for those who would like to become professional actors?
That's a tricky one. I think hard work, as with anything. Work really hard and do as much as you can, whether it's youth theatre, school productions, Amdram societies, anything and everything, do it. If it makes you happy and you're enjoying it, do it. I think, you know, if you are that way inclined and if you're lucky enough, then do try and get into drama school, because it is probably going to give you the best opportunity to get showcased for the industry. If you don't get in the first year, lots of people don't, try again. And then when you come out the other side, or if you decide not to go that route, I think the key nowadays is make your own work. A lot of people, once they've graduated, spend time waiting on other people, waiting for their agent to call them, waiting for somebody to say, will you be in this? And it's a hugely overpopulated industry, and that's not always going to happen. You're not going to get that phone call. So I think you need to be prepared to make your own work, whether that's putting together a production and taking it up to the Fringe, or doing something and the London Fringe, or even just recording. You don't need to have fantastic equipment. Either get involved with somebody who wants to do that side of it, wants to direct and maybe has a really basic camera, do something with them. If not, people are doing things and putting them up on the internet, you know, on their phones. So write something. It might be rubbish, but it doesn't matter. Write something and get a group of you who have that creative mindset, that want to make it work, and film it. And if it's rubbish, then it doesn't matter. Next time you'll write something better, but you're learning all the time. And the key thing is you're using those skills. What you don't want to do is not have an audition for however many months and turn up and think, well, I haven't acted. You know, dancers, then they have to go to dance lessons, you know, every week to keep their skill going. If you're a singer professionally, then you have to keep practicing. As actors, it's very easy to slip out of that. You need to keep honing your skills, so to speak. So yeah, just make your own work and keep going for it.
Well, brilliant. Thank you very much. There's some fantastic advice in there. Thank you, Naomi Felton, for her time. If you have any other questions you'd like to know, please leave them in the comments down below, and we'll catch you next time.